the time has come for a fact that is going to shock and blow your mind. This will actually change everything you ever expected of James Bond. Anything you ever thought you knew.
This has been like hyped up.
Everything you ever thought you knew about James Bond's Thunderball, you do not know.
James Bond's Thunderball?
Yes.
Okay, right. So actually, I think...
So...
No, I don't know this, actually. There's something about the book I remember.
Yes, something about the book. Ian Fleming did not write the screenplay.
There was two other
for
writers.
Thunderball.
Right.
It's not... Thunderball is not his original idea.
Okay.
What I'm trying to get at. Yes, he wrote the book, but he plagiarised a script that he wrote years before with two other guys and didn't tell them.
Oh.
So he just published a book and they then sued him to say, this is based on an idea that we came up with together. Court battles for decades, and they finally settled it and said, right, okay, we'll put you as the producer, which you can see here, instead of Broccoli.
Is he spelt correctly?
Yes, Kevin McClory.
Okay.
You can be the producer and you're not allowed to make a James Bond film for 10 years.
When did they agree this?
In the 60s.
Oh, actually, during the film?
Yes, so they agreed that you can be the producer for this film that we're going to make, and you're not allowed, because in court he won the rights to the script and the film rights for Thunderball.
Because that's the screenplay.
Because he wrote it, basically. Yeah. And they were like, right, okay, you can be the producer as long as you don't make a James Bond film for 10 years. 10 years go by, and guy makes Never Say Never Again.
Oh!
Which is a remake of Thunderball.
Is that a remake of Thunderball?
Yes.
It sounds like it sounds very vindictive, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
Never Say Never Again is a remake of Thunderball.
Uh-huh.
Why was Sean Connery in it?
Because he
money?
got persuaded to do it,
Right.
basically. I don't think it's as simple as money. It's somebody he knew wanted him to do it and he did it. And it's called Never Say Never Again because when in an interview somebody said, would you ever play James Bond again? He said, never. And so they said, well, we'll call it Never Say Never Again.
That's a good fact.
But yeah, so it's not actually his idea. The novel is based on a screenplay that they wrote together. So it's a completely new idea. It's not based on a novel. It's the other way around. The novel was based on a screenplay.
Right.
So back before it was...
Kind of the opposite, because
Yeah.
films are usually... Or
You get a
novel's
novelisation.
adapted for screenplay, and then the screenplay is adapted for...
Yeah, but this was back before, in the 50s, before James Bond was famous. So like these three guys got together and was like, oh, what if we made a film version of it, of James Bond, and what would the story be? And they couldn't get it to work. So he went and made the book of it. And then subsequently everything became famous and he was like, okay, use my book. And they go, wait a minute, we actually wrote that.
This.
Which is why he's on there. So it's not quite an original James Bond by Ian Fleming.
Well, you know what? I've never seen Never Say Never Again, so I'm looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, well, neither have I.
I heard nothing good about it, but... Kevin, you're up.
Kevin's up. And so even up till 2000s, that's why Spectre, they couldn't get the rights to Spectre because this Kevin guy owned the rights to Spectre and Blofeld. So that
was Thunderball. That was a screenplay.
It was in he in the court settlement of the 60s. He got the rights to Thunderball.
Ian Fleming never created Spectre, but he was technically a co-writer in this.
He was a co-writer for Spectre and Blofeld. So that's why after Diamonds Are Forever, you never hear from Spectre until 2000s when his estate sells the rights to Eon, and then you get the film Spectre.
It's all very sorted, isn't it?
And they come back.
I hope you didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Your casual fan will not know that.